Do you have some people on your team and it's like you have no idea why they aren't getting in the game when there's so much activity happening? There's people making money in your team and there's people that enroll and they talk to big game and they get in and they do absolutely nothing. And everything you try to get them engaged and involved and lit up, it's like it just falls on deaf ears, and it can be pretty frustrating. So if that's you, I think you're going to get a lot out of this video. I'm going to show you some things that I've tried that I've had some success with after lots of trial and error, so I can save you hopefully a bunch of time in finding things that work, and who knows, you can build on this and make it even better as far as I'm concerned. So let me just get right into it. Igniting and sorting inactive team members. So right off the bat, I want you to know that there's going to be some people you will absolutely be able to turn on if you know how to do it. And then there's going to be other people, and it could be half, it could be more than half of them, that no matter what you do, they are not going to turn on, they're not going to believe you, or they are going to believe you and they're not going to care. Who knows? And there's really nothing you can do for them. They're either going to get turned on someday or they're not, and they're going to quit. And that's something that you need to know right up front so that you can, get over any frustration you have with that and just accept it and let it be what it is. And, just do what you can do and work with the willing. That's really important. Work with the willing. So let's say, right off the bat, before I even read this to you and explain it, I want to let you know you need to be doing the daily core of activities. Otherwise, this probably isn't going to work. In fact, I'm pretty sure it won't work. There is so much leverage to be had when you're doing the daily core of activities. For one, you're going to be building a team. And even if it's day one of you faithfully doing the daily core of activities, you're going to be leveraged just the fact that you've got a lot of activities to do to help you build your team and invite people to do it with you. So that's really important and is really the beginning and the pre-work that you do, the upfront work that you do to make all of this stuff work. Because obviously this is the training for you if you already have a team, no matter how small or big. But you need to be faithful with the daily CREV activities. Otherwise, this training really has no relevance for you at all. So if you haven't been faithful, then if this thing can inspire you to be faithful with the daily course, so that you can start using this stuff and building a team and inspiring others, and so be it. But let's say you've got I don't know. For example, let's say you've got 5 people in, and there's, I don't know, between 1 and 4 people. You could send this to them, because that 5th is at the very bottom, and then there's 1 through 4. You could send this to them if they're just inactive. Maybe 1 or 2 of them is, but anyone in that first 4, in other words, any of them within like yourself and the most recent person that's gotten in, you could send this to them to see, the inactive people, to see who's going to be lit up, and to sort people that are going to be, willing and deserving of your time to work with them. You could send this. You could say, hey, Joe Bob, I wanted to let you know some people have been placed in your business center, and you can earn from whatever volume they produce for life. I know you said you enrolled into this business because you said repeat whatever they told you. Is that still true? So another thing you can do when you send something like this, go into your online office business tracking area, and you can send them a screenshot of the activity so that they can actually see it. You can send them a screenshot that has their name and some other people's names within their organization, and you can even include a screenshot that has volume going up through their business center. And they may not understand what it means, but if they're receptive at all, it's sure as heck going to make them curious to start asking questions like, hey, what's this? And they might be re-engaging you. And that's a pretty cool thing. Very, very powerful. And if you're doing the daily CREV activities, you're going to be enrolling some people, so that's going to give you this opportunity to actually try to ignite some people. And if you're not doing the daily CREV activities, then you're not going to be enrolling people, and you're not going to be able to leverage that to update them and give them this, this really powerful scenario that they've just sort of walked into. Okay, so let me adjust that. So what if they don't write back after you send that thing to them, which, if you can believe it or not, it's pretty unbelievable, but there's still a lot of people that don't write back. I send people a screenshot where they've got tens of thousands of volume points running through their business center every week, and there's people underneath them and so on, and they don't write back. Maybe they don't see it, they don't care, I don't know, but it's going to happen, just so you know. So here's the second response I could send to them. and they're still inactive, haven't heard from them. Hey, Joe Bob, how would you feel about transferring your business to a nonprofit that could benefit from all that money that's running through your business center every week? I know you have no desire to start tapping into that. Totally cool, but with the growing poverty and the nonprofits struggling to feed and shelter them, would you like to use your very powerful position to help one of those nonprofits out? I hate seeing all that money going through your business center every week just go to waste. What's your favorite nonprofit you'd like to seriously help out? There we go. I guess I could have centered this a little bit better, but I mean, you get it, right? And by the way, this you're going to have to decide if this is something that you actually want to send them. As for me, if somebody decides, yeah, okay, great, I'll transfer it to a nonprofit or I'll transfer it to an individual or whatever, that's a good thing. So somebody else gets help. If it's a nonprofit, a lot of other people could get help. Even if it's an individual, a lot of other people can get help because that's the only way you can build it. So that's a good thing. And then I'll be working with somebody who has that business center, and all that money that's already shuttling through it from business that's already there, it won't get wasted versus being wasted, which is never a good thing. And also, what if this person decides, hey, I might be interested, tell me about it. Okay, great. So if they're going to build it, then, it's the same deal. Now it's possibly not going to be wasted anymore. And just quite possibly, a lot of other people are going to get some help. That's a really good thing, whichever way this thing goes. Now, what I do not suggest is do not send this if you don't if your belief isn't in line with this isn't some trick to send people to get them to say, okay, tell me how I get started so I can build my business. That's not what it is at all. This is absolutely genuine. I love sending it, and if you feel that way also, then send this. Or if you feel a different way, then you might want to send something else. But this works pretty well for anybody that's really receptive to what you have to say to them. All right, so inactive teammate says, and this is going to be, of the ones that write you back, this is going to be the most common thing they say. What money? How come I don't see it? What do you mean? How do I earn? Et cetera, et cetera. Well, you just have to enroll a couple people and you start to tap into it, and you can earn from them for life. We just brought someone in who was a high school dropout, teen runaway, former drug addict, abuse survivor with a busy full-time job, who just consistently plugged into the mentorship here and started earning a couple $100 within the first couple of weeks with no sales or business experience in her background. Just curious, why do you ask about that? So the story here, you need to, I just picked one for example, and this is a true one, and I do use it. So you need to pick a story that's true. It can be somebody you personally enrolled, or it could be somebody that your team enrolled. Just be honest about it and leverage a story here. And easy peasy stuff. You're basically saying to your inactive teammate who's asking, what money? What do you mean? How come I don't see any of it? That there's somebody who got in who's perceivably not as smart as you, who's doing better than you, and you're indirectly asking them, do you want to build this thing or not? But you're directly asking them, just curious, why do you even want to know about that? It's also setting you up for some pretty great posture. It's like they're a prospect all over again. They kind of are, even though at this point they have a business account with you. They're a business partner. At this point they're inactive. They got in. They were going to do this. They're inactive. So you're qualifying them all over again. You want to find out, why are they even motivated about all this business and all this money that's going through their business center? Why do they want to know about this money that they're missing out on? Why are they even interested in all that money that's going through their business center? Why do they want to tap into that and start earning from it for life? What's going on there? Because you've been through this before with this person. They wanted to get in, they wanted to make some money for whatever reason, and then they dropped out. So just curious, why are you even interested about what's your primary motivation? What piques your interest to even know about all this money that's going through your business center? So you really need to find out and see what's going on. And it's a great opportunity to re-engage instead of just, oh, I'm so glad you're asking about that because, there's so much awesomeness going on here. And I know you got into this because you wanted to make some money. You can really make a go at it now because there's all this activity. Don't do that. Just say, just curious. Why do you even ask about all this money that's going through your business center now? What's going on? Has something changed? Maybe I can help. and just requalify them all over again like they're a prospect all over again and go that route. I hope you got some value from this training. I'm sure you did. I am so positive that you did that I expect to hear some pretty awesome success stories from you as you practice this. And remember, the thing initially that makes all of this work is going to be the daily core activities. You got to be doing them faithfully. Otherwise, you won't even get a chance to practice this, much less perfect this and master this. So do the daily core activities every day. And when it's appropriate, use these little strategies that I just gave you. There's other strategies out there for igniting your inactive teammates and sorting the inactive from the active and working with the willing. There's other strategies that work very well, but these are a couple that I use that seem to be working pretty well, and they're easy to duplicate, which is great for you and the team that you're developing.